Carrie, and I
Yeah.
just wanted to introduce folks to you because when I first came to Somatics and started teaching, that's where I met you.
Mhm.
And so I want people to know about you because I think you're awesome. So I'm just going to ask you some questions and we'll just keep it kind of short and sweet, but you can elaborate whatever you like. So
Great.
where are you, Carrie?
I'm based out of Asheville, North Carolina, which is a small mountain town in western North Carolina. So
Nice.
it's a cool hip town, kind of like Portland.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
Um, do you work with clients just in town, or do you travel or do anything online?
I do online. A lot of people travel to me, so I'm the only one in the Southeast who's doing the Hannah Somatics. So people find me from various other people around the country and world. And if they're within the region, they drive to my office in Asheville. And Asheville is a nice vacation spot too, so it's just nice to visit.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
a whole retreat weekend.
it is, yeah. I try to encourage that to stay for a while. But I also see people online, and I offer some online classes. You'll find me online, and I work remotely with people as well as in person.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I've taken your online classes and I really enjoy them. It's always
Yay.
nice for people to pick up nuances from different instructors. You know, some people will
Absolutely.
say, "Oh, I take such and such class with so and so, and that's all I need." But I think it's good when we
Mhm.
hear things from different people. So
Absolutely.
I
I encourage people to go to other classes to get a different perspective, because it always brings, when you do come back to your favorite teacher, you're always bringing something back from someone else. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So what brought you to somatics? Was there something like a key moment in your life, or did it just kind of weave in, or what happened?
It
Because you
kind
have a
of,
background, right? You have a degree.
I do. Well, I have my undergraduate degree is in modern dance. So I was a professional dancer, and I danced through my childhood up until college and into my 20s, and moved to New York to be a dancer, but found that off stage you make a lot more money, like hanging lights and being a stagehand off the stage. And so I did that I'm still doing that actually. I love the theater. Uh, but after a while of doing that, I wanted to return to my body and I wanted to share some work uh, with others. So I wanted to teach, I wanted to learn more about the body. And I looked into Pilates and yoga and Alexander technique, and nothing really fit. I wanted to learn more about the why and the hows of the body, and not just something more technical like nursing or more conventional physician's assistant or something, which would also be fun, but still not all encompassing.
Mhm.
So I met Martha Peterson. She was a massage therapist at the time, and she just started her somatics training at that point. And I told her this whole thing that I was looking for something, and she's like, "I have the thing for you." And I was hooked. She said it was a good blend between the science and the movement practice as well, and the whole embodiment of the practice just really fits. And so my interest more than any body issue played into my starting out in somatics. But I did have body issues that were helped through somatics profoundly.
Mhm.
uh, so, I'm dealing with anxiety. So somatics has helped my anxiety. It's helped. I have neck and shoulder issues, so it's corrected neck and shoulder stuff too. So those things I consider kind of a bonus to my initial interest in somatics, coming and wanting to be a mover and a movement educator.
Cool. Um, so how long have you've been practicing and then you went through some certifications and training. So what are the dates of those things?
Well, I met Martha in about 2005. She
Oh
started
wow.
her training in 2005-ish. And then I started my training in 2006 in Massachusetts. So Steve Aronstein's program at Somatic Systems Institute, both Martha and I went through that training. I graduated in 2008 and shared Martha's office for years, taught out of a yoga studio, saw private clients there. It was nice to be able to collaborate with someone and have someone to learn and bounce things off of right there. That was really
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. It's as this grows, it's always fun to be able to, I mean, you and I connect online, but I don't have anybody here in Portland.
I know.
I had one colleague and she moved away. So yeah, the
She was
more,
in Seattle? No, she was.
Cheryl Ramette was in Portland, and then she moved to Minnesota. But there are some folks up in Jill Aldridge is in Seattle, so she comes down, and yeah,
Oh,
so it's really
great.
fun to connect with people, and
That's
this online
great.
aspect really helps us get it out there. So,
Mhm.
um, do
It's so
you?
important to
Oh,
feel connected with other with like souls because it can, when I was being trained, the if I hadn't had Martha, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know if I could have continued, just because I felt so isolated
mhm.
in it. So it really does the online thing, especially, to be able to connect with people, is so important, and for our clients as well.
Yeah, yeah. Martha is really taking advantage of the online possibilities to
Yeah.
train with her students that are doing what we're doing, but
Mhm.
then she's encouraging her students to make sure we have some online presence, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular things that you want to say to your clients that come into you and meet with you, like come to your office, that uh, like is there one key message about somatics that you want to get out to the world? No pressure.
My mission for the world. There's the underlying message of somatics that this is the Hannah Somatics is a movement practice specific with specific explorations. It has specific movements that are really a complete system of movement that can affect your whole well-being, all the reflexes in your body, any habits, the sensory motor amnesia that you deal with. However, anything can be approached in a somatic way. So even with the movements that Thomas Hanna has lined up, as far as the cat stretch, myth of aging, just the movements that address all of the reflexes that we do in our practice, the underlying message is you move gently with awareness. And that, I think, a lot of people miss. And they miss that it can be taken off of the mat to any activity that you do. So you can do, you can play basketball somatically, like anything that you do, play golf, you can play with your kids somatically. It's just kind of this general awareness of, oh, wait, I've been leaning to the side all day. How can I move in a way to go to the other side? Or what can I do to come out, to breathe out of that side that I've been sitting on the floor with my child playing cards or whatever. How can I lift myself up and not hold on to that when I go cook dinner? It's a way of moving through life, and it's an embodiment that I think we as a culture have gotten away from, because we're so brain neck up. We're a
Mm,
very neck up society, that our bodies are really disconnected. So the message that I want to get to people is connect to your body. Like, it's feel into where you are so you can move through your day and you don't get surprised by something. So many people get surprised by, oh my God, my shoulder is I can't move my shoulder. I wake up in the morning and I'm debilitated because my shoulder is asleep and I can't lift it above here, above 90 degrees. If we live our life in a more embodied, full, like this is our being. This, not just our head, but our whole body is us. I think the world would be a much better place.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. So what is, and that's kind of that's kind of your inspiration that keeps you motivated as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also discouraging because you're battling a society that doesn't get that exactly. So they get it in theory. I think a lot of people are like, yeah, totally. But as far as getting it, I mean, I'm completely a victim of that as well. I'm a part of the culture. I go through my day unaware and just go from task to task, and I actually have a reminder on my phone that dings that's like, remember your body, remember breath, remember where are your toes right now. And it's just this ding to go, okay, I'm going to pause and think of, okay, I am this animal in this body moving around. And it just helps to have periodic reminders of that. And so it's fresh. It's what keeps me going, but it's also the, God, why isn't this just happening in the world? Why don't we just think this? So
Yeah, well, it's so different. Like you said, it's just this paradigm shift. And, I think some somatic educators think, well, people should just understand it before they start. But I think it's so different. It's kind of like you have to, our beliefs become neurological patterns as well. So we believe what we're told about, we have to stretch or we have to do abdominal exercises to keep our backs out of pain. And we're finding those things don't really work. And when we can reset our muscle tension and let go of stuff within ourselves, we really do have the power to be embodied. But
yeah,
it's just so different. And so, that goes back to what we talked about earlier about people hearing things multiple times from different instructors, because when we hear it a different way, the same message from a different person, we hear it again. And in the marketing world, what do they say? You got to hear a message like 12 to 20 times before you take any action.
Oh wow.
Theoretically. So
Wow.
yeah, but well, I want to keep this short because we want to share this around the world as soon as possible. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you being here, Carrie, and that brings us to the end of this little recording. And I'm going to have more folks coming on, hopefully, and we'll talk to clients and just share information so people can be inspired to take somatics out into the world. So
Yeah. And we'll turn it around on you too.
oh, okay. No, I'm going to be like my dad in television production and always be in the background.
Right.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here, everyone, and we'll see you next time.